Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Welcome to Thaboxingvoice.com. Our show will provide in-depth international coverage of the sport of boxing. You'll receive your daily boxing news and headlines, as well as pre-fight interviews on upcoming fights, along with a detailed review of every fight, the aftermath, and its results. Our audience is second to none, with callers from all over the world. Tune in once and become addicted. The difference between us and most is our continued efforts to prioritize the boxing fans, putting them first, giving them the platforms to express their angers and their celebrations when they pick the winner correctly or incorrectly. Call in and voice your opinion. Make sure you follow us on YouTube and Blog Talk Radio to receive one email whenever a show is scheduled, because we do spontaneous shows you wouldn't want to miss. Now your host, Nestor Gibbs.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your Monday morning aftermath show. Now that the fighters have fought and the dust has settled, we start to ask each other questions. Will we get the big fight? Will we get that super fight? Or will it go down in history, repeating history, as that great fight that we never got, similar to a UK heavyweight versus an American heavyweight that just never happened? On today's episode, we're going to discuss the fight that never happened with Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. But the WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder wants to assure everyone that a potential unification with Anthony Joshua will not play out in the same fashion as the failed heavyweight negotiations in the 1990s cracker between Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. Now, Bowe and Lewis had history. Bowe and Lewis faced each other in the amateurs. Their story is more interlocked than Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, but what they didn't have was the demand of the public. What they didn't have was social media forcing certain fights, pushing them in the right direction. The fight that we demand is Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. We want it now. We don't want history to repeat itself. We don't want to be in the same situation as our past boxing fans 10, 20 years ago, even more if so, where two men that were linked since the amateurs, that faced each other in the amateurs, ended up never fighting. Riddick Bowe did the unthinkable and threw his WBC belt in the trash. And again, Wilder assuring us that is not going to be the case. Shelly Finkel assuring us that he and John Skipper are in open negotiations. Wilder letting us know in his post-fight that this will get done when everything is private. No news is good news, they say. But I say to you, Michael Gross, this shit better not end up being Lewis Bowe. But let me get on out to my co-host. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline, the only place where you get a platform to express your frustrations and celebrate when you get it right. Now, you can also call in anywhere in the world using Skype or wherever Skype is usable. Download the Skype app absolutely free on your Android or respected iPhone network. While you're there, go ahead and download that Patreon app so that you can join us today for an episode of Untitled, and so that you can be like our last super chatter from last night that got paid for listening and watching the betting show that could only be found on patreon.com. Access members get exclusive, never before seen content, behind the scenes, all types of stuff. So head on over to patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice. Let's get this thing started.
Trilogy Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Boxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. On my mic. He stayed out before he said it.
A man
stand up for what he believe in. And when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning, everybody out there in TBB universe. Yes. We will have discussions about Deontay Wilder after that impressive knockout over the weekend. Fans are clamoring for that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight. I know. Seems like it could be a long way away. It could be a long time off, but I really think that as long as Shelly Finkel and John Skipper are behind the scenes, negotiating, talking, and just keeping things out of the public eye, I think that's good. I don't see this as being a Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis, just because I think both guys really do want to fight each other. I wasn't around for boxing back then, so I don't know how much each guy wanted to fight each other, but both guys realized that they can make a extreme amount of money by fighting each other. So I think that fight will happen. We will get it, but it's just about when and where and how we'll get it. But yeah, we'll break it down, get into it, and Ness will come back in a second, I guess. But real quick, man, big shout out to everybody out there in the super chat. Jimmy JM, what's going on? Eddie Hearn, left nipple, that's crazy. Jack Sinclair, what's going on? H Money, what's going on? Lenny Morris, what's going on? Everybody out there in the TBB chat, what's going on? But yeah, Ness, we'll breaking down and I'll get into it. Why you think that this? I mean, what drew the Lewis and Bowe comparison?
I mean, because it's the fight that we want. It's a fight between an American heavyweight champ and a British heavyweight champ. The comparisons are there. Lennox Lewis was a UK Canadian heavyweight champion. Riddick Bowe was an American heavyweight champion. They were both Olympians. All the similarities to Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are there. You know, the haters will say that Wilder isn't on that level, and maybe he wasn't. Maybe he didn't get to the mountaintops in the amateurs the way that Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe did, but he won a bronze, you know what I'm saying? But the stories are very similar. It's hard not to compare it to that fight when that fight had failed negotiations repeatedly. Riddick Bowe, if I can remember correctly, Riddick Bowe always felt he was never getting enough, so the negotiations never happened. I mean, you can Google it. There's some very good videos on it, and they give you the whole history best they can tell it, because remember, things weren't documented the way they are now. We really just had press publication. Things have changed now, and that's why, even though this fight is similar to Lewis Bowe, and we got a British and an American heavyweight, and the negotiations keep failing, so people are easy to associate it with that fight. But we have one little tool that's just too powerful, and that's social media. Wilder gained over 200,000 subscribers over the weekend.
Almost 3, man. I think
dude, I wish I could gain 100,000 YouTube subscribers in one day. Okay,
I know, right? I was on the shit last night. I was like, 1.9 now. Okay, what at 1.6? I believe before the fight. So big ups to him, man. 1.9.
And I think Josh was like a 12 million. So it's gonna be impossible. You see, Dominic Brazil had to shut down his.
He back.
Oh, he must have heard the show. Or people.
No, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying somebody made a Dominic Brazil account.
Oh, I seen that. Someone else stole it though. That's not.
Them. Got 1,200 subscribers already.
It's crazy. It's not them. He said, and the dude even put out a tweet like, "Yo, since Dominic left, something like that." I'm paraphrasing. He was like, "Oh, since Dominic left, I'm gonna go ahead and take his Twitter." And that's exactly what happened. But that's what I'm telling you. That's the power of social media. It'll break you or it'll make you. But what it will do is put that pressure on you. Bowe didn't have that. Bowe threw them titles in the trash. And, bro, if you wasn't a reporter with his phone number, how the fuck you going to talk to him? And if you ain't bump into him, how you going to talk to him? But this social media now, you can't hide. You can't post that you having a steak with your wife without the comment section being like, man, why you ducking? Why you ducking Lennox? Why you ducking Lennox? Fuck your steak. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like that. Back then he was chilling.
He
Keep
said,
it real.
fuck your state. Yeah, niggas will say that shit, boy.
Look at Shannon Briggs. What Shannon Briggs do to Vladimir?
My nigga,
Did he get the fight? No, he ain't get the fight. Go ahead.
Social media is crazy. I seen Arnold Schwarzenegger get drop kicked in the back by some fan yesterday, my nigga. Like, social media is undefeated, so everything you saying is totally true.
Whoa. I didn't know that. Really?
Bro, some fan came up and drop kicked that nigga with 2 feet in the back.
That's fucked up, bro, because Arnold's an old ass man right now, bro.
I know, bro.
That's some fucking whack shit right there. That's like kicking over my grandfather, man.
Bro, Arnold didn't barely budge, my nigga.
I would hope he didn't.
Straight G status, nigga. He got kicked and he barely budged, bro. I said,
staying on topic, you know that they coming out with an Arnold movie, right? You seen that shit?
Like what you mean, Arnold?
I guess it's like a Gold's Gym movie, or it's got to do with.
Oh, okay.
It's got to do with someone coming up to Arnold, like, yo, do you want to be the face of bodybuilding? Yo, the dude that they found to play like Arnold looks nothing like him in the face, but goddamn, he does look like him, like silhouette wise. You know what I mean? Like, you look at him real quick, dude. Yo, that's probably gonna be good. I mean, I was never into bodybuilding, but I was Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I watched all his movies and shit.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But back to just saying that social media, motherfuckers don't give a fuck, bro. If they'll drop kick Arnold Schwarzenegger, they will say anything to you in the comment section, especially if you're a sportsman. So yeah, you sometimes, man, it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing, but you gotta use it to your advantage.
My champion, he pays attention to the comments. So, you know, whether he'll admit it in the interview or not, I believe that because he pays attention, some of that stuff has to hurt or affect him, because words are powerful. He tells you words are powerful. That's why his mantra is speak it, believe it, receive it. If you don't speak it first, you can't believe it, let alone receive it. So I believe he's paying attention, and that's why, you know, he's done what the public has asked him. And
do you believe Joshua is paying attention, though?
I think so, because Joshua, remember, at one point Joshua responded to Deontay Wilder in the comment section, and that's what I'm telling you. Social media is powerful. It's powerful. You know what I mean? Look at how Lennox Lewis uses his social media right now. He goes at everybody right now. If he had that shit, he would have been telling us, yo, Riddick Bowe ducked me. Here goes the contract. Here goes how much I was offering him. He don't want to fight. He threw his, you know, we didn't get that because there was no social media. There was no way for Lennox or Riddick Bowe to express their sides other than whatever reporters. So imagine, there wasn't YouTubers and bloggers back then, Mike. So if you wasn't Dan Rayfield with the cloud of Dan Rayfield, how the fuck was you going to get the time with Riddick Bowe? It took years of YouTubers grinding. That's why Ellie Setback got in the war from us. It took the pioneer Ellie to start YouTube, and then the followers to come for boxers to start respecting the YouTube videographers who are asking these tough questions, you know? Because back in the day, again, if you didn't get up and drive to Chicago, how you seen a fight in Chicago?
It's true. You can't really like back then. You couldn't really speak on it because you had to be there, and you probably had to be like get some kind of access to the fighters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know fighters are like more engaged now because they want to, you know what I'm saying, be on different channels and different platforms. But back then, these fighters would probably just worry about doing ESPN, NBC, ABC, just a major network. So you really gotta. In my opinion, man, you guys that have been on like YouTube and doing your thing for the last 10 years, you know what I'm saying, you guys really need some kind of recognition, you know what I'm saying. We need like a YouTube award ceremony for like sports or like whatever, man, because I just feel like the work Ellie put in, Ness, Dante's Boxing Nation, Marco Villegas, those guys put in some great work and should be recognized. But I digressed. As far as social media having an influence on how boxers move now, I totally believe so, because not only the heavyweight division, look at Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer constantly goes at Tank Davis on social media, constantly berates him, calls him fat, says all kind of shit, and that's only making their fight bigger when it happens. So if Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis would have had it back in the day, I don't think Riddick Bowe would have got away with throwing his belts in the trash can, I think he would have got a lot of, and I mean a lot of shit from the people on social media.
The UK fans would have tore him apart. He was an American and threw his belts away. Regardless of the ins and outs that, reporters and videographers would have found out if that fight was taking place in this era, public perception was you didn't want to fight Lennox Lewis and you threw your belts in the trash. You didn't just not fight him and fight someone else. You threw your belts in the trash. That's a statement that's going to be, forever remembered. And that's exactly why now one American heavyweight versus one British heavyweight is being associated with Lewis and Bowe. But I think that these two champions are different.
Yes.
Even though Lennox was a great champion, an absolute great champion, you can't take away what Anthony Joshua's done in a short amount of time. He's done what Lennox did in a shorter amount of time. And even though Riddick Bowe was a great champion, you can't take away what Deontay Wilder's done. This is a dude that wasn't supposed to be here, and he is here. He's being mentioned with the greats of the world when he was a Budweiser truck driver, IHOP worker.
Not even that, nigga. J Diaz said.
Because people like to call him all these names.
At the Olympics, 278 out of 278. Just think about that, right? Think about that, man. Been boxing for under a year. He really ain't supposed to be here, my nigga.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He's not supposed to be here. He defied the odds to get here. That's why I think neither of these men will allow this fight not to happen, because they've done things differently than their counterparts of the past. They have their own trajectories and their own reasons to get here. And I honestly think that their mountaintop, their upside, sky is the limit for them, where I think for the heavyweights of yesteryear, there were a limit. Don King was in the game back then. There was way too much corruption back then. It was different. I just think that it was different. Right now is a time where fighters are making $250 million, $365 million, $32 million guarantees. It's a different time. It's a different time, and I don't think these people would allow the money to fall by the wayside. They have too many intelligent minds in both of their camps. The similarities, again, are there because of who they are and what countries they represent, but I believe that both of these champions will prove to us that they're nothing like the champions of the past, and they want nothing more than to make a name for themselves. And that's why I believe the fight does happen. We had a secondary subject from our Patreons.
If you had a good guess, before we move on to that second subject, when would you say the fight happens between Wilder and AJ? Just know what I'm saying. For
honestly,
just,
man, I went to bed.
Giggles.
I went to bed last night and woke up today feeling like we can get an announcement as soon as AJ's done. Like, this guy keeps saying, yo, we talking. AJ's about to fight in 2 weeks. There's no way now, with the buzz that Deontay Wilder created, that John Skipper's not trying to sit down. And Shelly already said that he's got a meeting as early as this week with both Fury and Joshua. So I think Joshua's side's going to know, fuck, man. Fury got his deal now. Bob needs a big fight. Wilder's hot right now. They might end up coming to an agreement because they've done it before. Eddie, let's send a decent offer. Let's sit down together with them. Whatever. Maybe you don't even say Eddie. Maybe it's John Skipper that says, look, Fury's right now out there. They could easily do that rematch. That rematch already has storyline. It has history. Who's not going to buy it? The Fury fans are going to come out in tenfold because they thought he won. And then you got just the rematch. I mean, that story sells
from
itself.
what Fury said over the weekend, though, do you think he's gonna agree with that fight, or do you think he's gonna want another fight after Tom Swartz?
Yo, what I know from just life, money talks. Man, I've seen people tell me
money talks. Don't he already got it though? Didn't he already get paid up front, just like Canelo?
No,
I mean,
no,
it was rumored.
No, he didn't get paid up front. Remember,
Bob said that if he wins, that the money could accumulate up to 100 million. You're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
And it's just like Mayweather's deal. Like, according to the fight, like Mayweather had a 32 million guarantee, but then when he fought Canelo, he obviously got paid more. You know, you could check that. Just like it don't matter. His guarantee was more than the 32, wasn't it? I want to believe his guarantee was like 43.
I wasn't here. I just know that.
Google it, because I want to believe his guarantee was either 30. I mean, not 32, because that was the average for his contract. I want to believe for the Canelo, he got like 42 or 43 for the Canelo guarantee.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Man, bruh, if it wasn't the Canelo guarantee, it was the Pacquiao guarantee. You know,
right now.
Because
Mayweather Canelo purse. They said Mayweather fucking 41 and a half guaranteed.
Damn, Ness is nasty.
31 and a half guaranteed. Big ups to baglevelhook.com. And Canelo got guaranteed 5 million.
Big up to Ness, bro, off the fucking dome piece.
That's
crazy,
what I'm saying?
Man. I'm Biggie, Jay-Z, and the Pac, yo. No paper, even though Pac used paper, but Biggie and Jay did.
Big ups to Canelo, man, for like taking a fight like that, you know what I'm saying, with the person being so lopsided and still making a name for itself after the fact, you know what I'm saying? So big ups to Canelo. And Floyd Mayweather just shit shows you like shit. 41 and a half guarantee plus pay-per-view upside.
I'm telling you. So
crazy.
Listen, when you got those guaranteed deals like Canelo does, you don't think that they're going to give him more money for Gennady? Gennady's the more perceived tougher fighter. You think he's going to just get a regular guarantee what he got the last fight? Hell no. That fight's bigger. It's going to be a bigger fight. It's going to drive more subscribers. All these contracts are written with fine print that these guys are able to make upsides. No one's taking flat fees, and that's why it was hilarious that Wilder was receiving flat fees. Like, why do you think Anthony Joshua's on a fight-by-fight contract? He's on a fight-by-fight because he's going to leave that opportunity, that possible Wilder fight, that's going to be out there, bro. And he can't tie himself to Dazn, and that fight ends up happening somewhere else. What if Bob Arum wants to be a player on that fight, you know?
Exactly.
Not that I'm saying that he could, because the only way Bob could get involved if this was some sort of purse bid scenario, you know what I'm saying?
Or Eddie's willing to work with Bob. I mean, we heard Eddie say before that Joshua can fight on any platform.
Exactly, but again, Bob is gonna have to do something he's never done. He's gonna have to like contact them and say, "Hey, I know it's not a purse bid, but I'm willing to put up $200 million for that fight." You know, I don't know that he would do that, but listen, maybe ESPN wants it.
ESPN needs a big fight. Needs a big fight that people are talking about. I know the last big fight that everybody.
When you say they need a big fight, we don't know if financially they need a big fight or if because of their ratings. Because let's be real, know it
good.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Maybe the higher ups, they're okay. Like, you think the higher ups know about boxing? You think they're up there and they're saying, "Oh, we don't got any heavyweights, man. We need that heavy." No, they're looking at fucking, people doing $3 million who they don't got to pay heavyweight money for.
True. And I was going to determine how much Fury does when he fights Schwartz. I want to see those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
How the American public receives him and Tom Schwartz, and I want to see the reaction after the fact too. You know what I'm saying? So it's good Fury, that we have. Go ahead.
He's just, bro. If he could turn it around, because I don't know if Wilder was sick. I don't know if Wilder had a cold.
I'm gonna take my educated guess. You know what I'm saying? And say that what I seen from him, the body language from this fight. And the body language from the beginning of the Fury fight, absolutely, he wasn't in tip-top condition, but he ain't going to make no excuses. He never has, never said that he was sick, never said anything like that. But
well, I'm not talking about, like, what I'm trying to say is Fury hurt him. Fury made him clinch. Even Brazil caught him yesterday and made him hold. Like, hold up. And that's the smart thing to do. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think he got caught with a shot behind the head.
But what I'm saying is, I'm starting to see people hurt him. You know,
I don't know.
I don't know if it's hurt like in other divisions, But I'm starting to see Wilder take a shot and clinch or take a shot and step back. And I seen that from Tyson Fury. I wasn't expecting Fury to be able to, Fury hit him with a left hook in that fight, and I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, if Fury can build up some knockouts, if he can knock out Schwartz like the betting lines believes, and then he can knock out his next tune-up, that's at least decent. If it's really Dillian Whyte and he knocks out Dillian Whyte, Fury could really turn himself into a player. He really can, because he's dangerous. He's dangerous. He's dangerous with that. He's Canelo. Canelo has the same lateral movement, except Canelo doesn't move with the feet like Fury. Fury and Canelo are good with the waist movement, but Fury implements the legs. It's going to be difficult, that fight, man. I'm interested to see what Wilder does differently, because, he wasn't really able to touch him until he was able to touch him.
He was overshooting his right hand so much in that fight. I think he just got to calm himself down, get back to his bases like he's been doing, and just stay composed. You know what I'm saying? I think that Fury fight, he was just trying to get the knockout. Like, he was pushing for that knockout. And I just think that he learned from that fight, and possibly that the Fury fight could be a lot different. And I'm telling Fury, man, if you keep letting Deontay get fights and get rounds under his belt, man, it's gonna be hard to beat these guys. I know Joshua said, as long as I keep fighting and these guys don't fight me, I'm gonna get better. That goes for everybody, bro. Like, you ain't the only guy that's gonna get better. That goes for Fury. That goes for Wilder. That goes for Whyte. So if these guys just keep on their progression, I think we got some good clashes down the road.
Definitely. And look, I know yesterday people tried to say that you didn't have enough time to see if Wilder improved. I don't believe that. There's so many, and again, this is what I'm telling you, Mike.
There's so many small things that he did in that fight that.
Well, I'm not going on that. I'm going back to my social media power. I'm saying that there's so many still shots of every single second of that fight. The punch, you can find pictures of Wilder landing that punch from every single angle, and you can see from the pictures, you can see from the video, my man's looking straight through his opponent. He never turned his head. His eyes ain't closed. The right hand is dead on target. The left hand is still up. So many things that he did well. It's like we talked about during the live fight chat. He was in a straight line, giving his opponent less of a target, because people usually straighten up and you get what's called squared up. Wilder was in a straight fucking line when he landed that right hand and when he was not being touched. Listen, I seen improvements.
I've seen him go to the body, which I was
exactly.
like, wow.
That was one of the first
couple of minutes, like, he went to the body, like they had a game plan. I've seen Wilder throw hooks. I've seen him when he had Brazil in the corner throw a uppercut, which missed, but it tells me that he was trying to throw different kind of combinations of punches. And then when Brazil caught him with a right hand, he stepped back a little bit and threw another right hand himself. So he was getting his range and his not his timing, but his range down, and also being smart enough to get Graves, hold him for a second, let the ref break you up, and then just come with that left, right, down the middle and put him down. It was, in my opinion, I think we've seen little things that we can build, that Wilder could build on, and knowing JD as Coach Cuz and Mr. Breland, they all will come up with a game plan for the next fight where they build off this fight, in my opinion.
Well, even the finish, he was a bit more composed. Like, we always see Wilder hurt his man and then go ham. And yeah, he went a little, he went for the kill in this one, but he didn't get as wild as the Brazil fight. He didn't get as wild as the Gerald Washington fight. There's no helicopter highlight reel. You have to think that those are things that he worked on so that they don't show up again. If not, then, God bless you. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I think that it's final thoughts time, man. I'm just going to reiterate, I believe these two champions will make sure that we get this fight. I'm not being negative. I think that this is going to happen as early as next, man. I mean, this is the time, right? Like, this is at least the time to call each other and negotiate. It may not be the right time for the fight to get made if the offers aren't correct, but this is the right time to negotiate. Wilder's just out of a fight. AJ just is about to get out of a fight. It would be perfect to align it for, you know, press conferences and 3, 4, 5 city press tours and set up a good training camp. You know, Dillian White has talked about 20 weeks, you know. So you announce the fight after June. Can you imagine? I mean, would they do that though, Mike? I know that it's natural, but because we've seen these two parties be so prideful, do you think that even if an agreement was reached behind the scenes, low-key style, that they would announce it at Joshua's fight on Dazn?
No.
Exactly.
It would be some joint, you know what I'm saying?
separate
Some
press
joint where they both
conference,
sit down and able to announce it together. But I do second your opinion about we're definitely going to get this fight. I do not see it playing out as Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe. I think both guys are gunning for each other, and both guys want to fight each other to prove that they are the best in the division. I think the advent of social media won't allow these guys to not fight each other and not allow these guys to not allow history to repeat itself.
I mean, look, you got guys like Coppinger who are not even coming at certain fighters, and certain fighters are like, yo, I'll punch you in the face. You know what I mean? You got Dan Rayfield, you know, the fighters say, yo, don't complain about me making weight, you lose weight. And that's because now these reporters can touch you, man. You know, metaphorically, they can reach you. So I just don't see Wilder and AJ not making this fight because of that. Because we're different fans, too. Like, how many of us will see these guys in the street or at a fight and let them know how we feel? I was with Wilder in Belfast.
You seen one of our own, Enrique Church, go up to Wilder and say what he had to say.
Yeah, but that was off the liquid courage. But I seen him in Belfast, bro. Like, I got him on camera in Belfast, and he's like, Wilder, you fucking bomb, you fucking bomb, you fucking bomb, I fuck you bomb, you bomb. And as soon as Wilder got by, he was like, Wilder, can I get a picture, please? I'm like, holy shit. And then I went and I panned on and I interviewed the guy. I'm like, bro, you was wilding just now, calling him a bum. And he just did the wrestling tongue out, like,
Wilder, he's a bomb, he's a dog. Like, what the fuck? You got a picture with him in here.
It's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. We got fans that crazy that they will let you know how they feel when they see you, wherever they see you. It's different now. Look at Kanye. He fighting with paparazzi. You can't hide anymore. You can't hide. You got to give us what we want. I'm telling you. Look, Floyd had to do it. You know, people ain't think Floyd wanted to fight Pacquiao. They had KFC chicken buckets with Floyd's face, calling him Chicken Mayweather. Like, bruh, no one thought Floyd wanted to fight in terms of, not no one, but the general consensus, because Pacquiao's fandom was so big, was like, yo, he's ducking Pacquiao. But anyway, man, let's get to these callers. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. If you're just tuning in, if you've been watching, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets me and Mike know that you enjoy, that we come out here morning after morning, putting it in, talking some boxing, giving you the platform to come and rebut, give your opinion, debate. Open platform. Don't forget, that number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We're going to go down the line with our masterminds, pound for pounders, boomerangs, and ringers first, going out to what looks like the UK after a word from our sponsors.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Yo, who we got on deck first, man? Who got the first calling in? Like Ned said,
we had a boomeranger, but Skype dropped everybody else. So we're going out to Troy in Baltimore. Good morning, Troy. How are you?
Good morning, Troy.
I'm good as always.
Glad to hear
it, brother. I'm not not used to being first. I'm in here making a salad and about to drink my cantaloupe juice. But anyway, like yourself, man, and Mike, I hope this fight does come about and we don't have another Bowe Lewis situation, but we can't tell. I mean, honestly, I actually lived through the whole Bowe Lewis thing. And, who's to say that this wasn't a plan between the two parties in the first place? We don't know that either, right? But if it happens, hallelujah. I'm sticking to what I said.
What do you mean by this wasn't the plan? Can you just help me understand what you mean? What you mean by
sure,
Wilder and Joshua?
Yeah, man. Because camps meet and do these things behind closed doors and say, look, you do A,
man,
I'll do
this
B,
is too elaborate.
Equals C.
This too elaborate.
Really? Why?
Just because we had so many
when
failed...
you're talking about 200 million.
But that's why, because we had so many failed negotiations, it doesn't seem like if you know the plan...
On the surface.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it's a good theory. Makes you think, but I don't know.
There's a lot of moving parts
and a lot of secret friendships that, like,
Let me tell you what I do know, right? Money will make the devil your friend. Okay? It doesn't matter. And that's just a fact, all right? I ain't got... But, it's something I do want to say real quick before y'all cut me off.
Cut it. Morning shows, Troy.
Well, Troy, man, you got to get that boomerang status up. You got your Patreon and all, but shit, boomerang status up.
Time limit is different on morning shows. We going out 2 hour pound for pounder in the NL. On V, what up?
Got to get your intro,
man. Man, I know how you mentioned, but you don't let no clown that said last year we supposed to get Dominic Brazil for Fury fight. You remember he said that?
He was right though. He was right. He was just like
that's the same like clown. Don't let no clown like that before me.
You wasn't on the line, champ. Skype dropped off, so I had to go to Blog Talk.
All right. But anyway, no disrespect, but you don't know what the fuck you talking about, Troy. And look, I want to dispel all this attendance crap. I asked somebody who's we'll say somewhat biased. I said, man, you feel like if Deontay Wilder fought the same common opponent, you think it's gonna be the same attendance? He go, no, his stock rises. He gonna be a lot more people. So, who gives a fuck about attendance? We talking about a hot stock. We talking about Amazon here. Y'all can stay on that Walmart train to AJ and think you're gonna keep making money, but eventually you're gonna get bought out by another company. So all you AJ protectors out there, your man better start talking greasy, because in America he shall not make it if he don't talk greasy. Or he gonna have to have constant opponents that talk greasy. And how many heavyweights talk greasy? Not too many of them. So guess what? Deontay Wilder's Mr. A-side. And guess what, everybody? When that 50-50 offer happens to AJ, it's going to be a generous gift that Deontay Wilder gives to AJ, because AJ's stock going to be so goddamn diminished in America that it's going to be a blessing that he got a 50-50 against the A-side champ. So don't be scared now, because y'all seen that thunder in the right hand, the thunder from down under, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That motherfucker knock you the fuck out.
Cut it.
But no more.
Cut it. He said cut the thunder from down under.
Down under,
thunder down under. That would be no, because down under is Australia.
Australia, yeah, I know, bro. I'm saying I'm from the South, nigga. Down under can be the South. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
For sure. Let me get on out to
we got up, man. We got on deck, man.
We got my man's.
We got a super chatty. Hold on. We got a super chatty, man. Know what? Go ahead and go to him and let me pull all of them up.
All right. We got my man's KO'd in the UK.
Hi, hater. Day. To this day.
Sing along if you know the words. Come on.
Yo, that little song make you want to move and shit.
Hey, don't make you want to move.
KO, what up?
Yo, what's going on, peoples? What's going on?
Another day, another dollar, man.
Listen, yeah, your champion did all right. Yeah, he knocked out Brazil, so credit to him. Yeah, but let's not get to hypes. Listen, yeah, I have a question for you lot. Yeah, did you lot listen to the post-fight interview where Deontay said, and I'm quoting him verbatim, he said that he doesn't know that he's going to knock AJ out. He says, I can't say I'm going to knock him out. He could knock me out, or I could knock him out. I guess we just have to see when the fight happens. He said that verbatim. Now, if that's someone who's not confident of knocking someone out, I don't know what else you want to call that. Now, what I want to know is what
He's trying to make sure your champion don't run away, man. He's trying to make sure he's not scared. So you
oh my
gotta make
days,
yourself look a little
that's your
vulnerable,
rebuttal.
bro.
When have you heard a champion ever say that I'm not sure I'm gonna knock someone out?
I heard AJ said.
The champion.
AJ said.
I heard
that.
AJ said. AJ
when
said
did AJ say that?
whoever lands first, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be the person that wins. I could knock him out. He can knock me out.
AJ has never sent.
Bro, you're lying, KO. You're lying.
Find one interview where
Man,
AJ
gotta
said
find
that.
it, bro. I know it. I know he said this.
No, because it's not true. You're lying. It's
I'm not
true.
lying, KO. Wow. Okay. Never mind. No, you're right. You're right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. This is your call.
Your champion said that, and that's what you
Cut it. Skirt.
Who do we got up
I
next?
definitely have heard AJ say, if whoever lands first, it could be me, it could be him. That guy's going to win. That's what AJ has said. If you guys don't believe me, then you guys are really, really, truly sheep. And I don't use sheep a lot, but you guys are becoming really hardcore sheep. You guys are hating on Wilder because he did something that your champion didn't want him to do. He had a more impressive victory against Brazil when your champion came out last week and said, I hope he doesn't have a better performance than me, so I can say I look better. You know what, AJ? You don't look better, not even by a long shot, bro. He got it done in 7 rounds faster than you, and he looked damn good doing it. It wasn't like a referee had to grab Brazil and say, no more. Brazil could not get up. When he got up, then it fell back down, so the referee had to catch him.
All right, we're gonna go switch to drive-by, and we're gonna get to these callers.
Drive-by.
Have your thoughts in order. Marcus, DC.
Yo, what's good, man? I don't think we'll get a Lennox Lewis Riddick Bowe, but check this out. I do believe since John Skipper was the former boss of ESPN and now he's over at Dazn, I think that AJ, having seen Wilder have a real good outing against a common opponent, will probably try to do the Joshua Fury fight first and use the Mayweather syndrome of getting Deontay to fight all these fights and hopefully chink some of his armor so by the time AJ fights him like Mayweather did Pacquiao, he has an advantage because of Deontay basically beating everybody and knocking everybody out until AJ has nowhere to go but to fight him. That's my call.
Marcus, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Majid in Florida. Talk to me.
What's going on, Majid?
Hey, man. What up, dog? I look at this fight like, if it's America, we going to give Wilder the A shot just because he has pay-per-view on paper or whatever. All of that. AJ got that DAZN, whatever, fight-by-fight contract, meaning that he could be fighting on our pay-per-view tomorrow and DAZN just free money for him. So I'm going with Wilder on the A side. He did what he had to do against Brazil, had everybody going crazy on that Mike Tyson. It's over already. Whoever ain't enjoyed that, fuck him. Hopefully AJ and Wilder get that fight on soon, man. And everybody need to like the fucking video on TBV if y'all watching. I'm good. I'm done.
Thanks for calling in, Majid. Appreciate the call as always. Gonna keep these lines moving. We're going out to Annan in the UK. Talk to me. Skype.
What's going on, Annan?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, if Dylan White beats Rivas, can you count him in the top 4 or, with the top heavyweights?
I mean, if he beats
If he knocks him out in style.
If he beat Rivas, listen, Dylan White is a top heavyweight, brother. He just got to get a shot, man. I don't know why people keep calling with this Dylan White thing. He's up there. He's up there. He's got to get a shot. He's number 1 in the WBO. He's number 1 in the WBC. We'll see what happens. His sanctioning body's got to mandate him as the mandatory challenger, just like everyone else.
So when do you guys talk to Wilder next? Can you ask him if he wants to take on...
Well, you're a Patreon now. Next time we talk to Wilder, or we're going to have him on the show, we're going to put out a post that says, ask Deontay Wilder a question. And Annan from the UK will get to ask him, hey, Mr. Wilder, when do you plan on fighting White? Because this is a fight I really want. And I'm not alone in this. And we want to understand why you don't want to fight him. You've been offered $8 million. You didn't take it. He's the number 1 contender. You haven't offered him a fight. You've even said you're going to make him wait 2 years. Just help me understand why you don't like Dillian White. Why are you doing to Dillian White what AJ did to you?
Yeah. And what do you guys think about Rivas anyway?
I mean,
I think he a live dog.
Yeah, he all right. Mike likes him more than me. He picked him by
Yeah.
knockout.
Cut it.
Actually won me $300 in that 12 rounds. So big up Rivas.
Damn, I didn't know it was that much. We went to Majid in Florida. Shout out to Majid in Florida.
350.
90 seconds.
We gotta go to
BoxingVoice.com.
It's money to shit. Working that wrist. Ballin' like Swiss. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick.
I'm whipping the work.
Hey, yo, what's going on? It's your boy, H Money, Mr. Dazn. And I gotta say, Deontay Wilder is a 10 times better fighter than Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe got beat by a cruiserweight in Evander Holyfield. And yes, sir, Deontay Wilder is a 10 times better fighter than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas, a bum in his prime. Mike Tyson was in his prime and got knocked out by Buster Douglas. What about Lennox Lewis getting knocked out by Hakeem Rockman?
Cut it.
It's money.
Decatur, Georgia, talk to me.
Liz Low, what's the business?
Oh, man, everything, Coach, man. I just want to say Wilder will beat Joshua, hands down. But first, for y'all forget, goddamn Anthony Joshua, I go to Ruiz. So Ruiz gonna goddamn spoil all that shit, and then Ruiz gonna have to fight Wilder. There you go.
Already, nigga. Hey, he been calling for
That's hating shit
Ruiz.
right there. If I call a UK dude a hater, I gotta call American dude a hater. Like, I ain't got nothing against Andy Ruiz, and he could shock the world. He could, but to say that that's what's gonna happen, you wishing on a star.
I mean, he's been consistent every time he calling in, so. That's all I'm saying.
Why? Because that's not the first time he said it?
Hell no. That nigga said this shit like 1,000 times.
I mean, I hear you. Maybe you're a Ruiz fan, but I don't believe that
Maybe.
he believes that.
Maybe.
We going out to M Stacks on Skype. Talk to me.
What's good? What's good?
What up, man? Good morning.
Morning, y'all. I mean, there's nothing that I hate more in boxing than pussy shit and ducking. Now, y'all can say what you want, all right? But the writing's on the wall. Don't nobody want to fight this, man. Anthony Joshua's got too much to lose to fight this, man. You know?
Come on, chill, B. Like, you know that we passed that. At this point, Wilder's the one that doesn't want to fight, bro. Like we
not past that, bro. You mean to tell me watching that Saturday night, you be like, yeah, I'm fighting him next. You're gonna say that to yourself if you're Anthony Joshua, who ain't never fought a top.
Let me ask you something. How many offers has Wilder sent AJ?
I don't know, 2, 3.
One.
So
how many
so
offers?
what?
How many offers has AJ sent Wilder?
2.
What?
But you can add up the offers.
What? Two? Maybe 4. You mean?
Now, I don't give a shit about that. This is
How?
boxing.
How don't you give a fuck about logic?
How many Wilder fights has AJ been to, and how many AJ fights has Wilder been to?
But M Stacks. But what does it matter if I go to your fight? I'm sending you a fucking contract so you could come to my fight, the real fight.
You send me a contract that you know I ain't gonna take.
This pussy ass talk shit. You want to fight me? Come see me.
What?
Tell me about it.
Hey,
this is boxing.
What you mean? This is boxing. So if I want to fight you,
that pussy shit,
man, this is boxing.
Man,
if I want to fight you, I gotta send you a
ain't gonna
contract. If I want to fight you, I gotta send you a contract or a term sheet. This is boxing. Not this is boxing. I gotta show up to your fight and be fucking Clubber Lane. Not that I don't like that.
You gotta be consistent on this. When he said Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford sending Danny offers that he know they ain't gonna take. What's the difference between Eddie Hearn and AJ doing it?
Man, you be setting yourself up for failure, champ.
I'm asking you a question, big dog.
Good, but you lost this little debate because the difference between Danny and Wilder is Wilder accepted the flat fee twice. Twice.
The first one.
12.5 and the 15.
No, I think it was only the 15. He definitely accepted the 12.5. I think it was the 15.
Whatever.
Get Shelly on the horn.
Danny ain't accept none. Danny kicked that shit like he was Messier, if that's the right sport.
They're not. But you know the reason why the fight didn't happen, though. They said Wembley wasn't available until April, but Wembley was available for the perfecting fight.
Bruh,
that's why the fight didn't happen.
The fight didn't happen because obviously they had their own shit in the back end too, and I mean Wilder, AJ and you know this guy because
WBA.
They said it wasn't available for one dude, but then it was available for the other dude. So I get all that, but at the end of the day, he ain't nothing like Danny because he took it. He bet on himself just like he betting on himself now. See, that's what y'all don't get. Y'all like, yo, he ducking. No, he's like, bruh, I took your flat fee.
Yes.
With your whack rematch, and then you still bullshitted. So then, now I'm making my own plan because I can't focus on you because you calling me a beggar. You saying I'm nobody. So now I got to make myself somebody. Now that I have, now y'all mad at me.
So
it's like a girlfriend.
Wilder wanted to fight back then, and AJ wanted to fight now. Like I don't understand
Wilder's
how
doing this based off pride.
Exactly.
You know it. So that
exactly.
So that means he's not level-headed in the negotiations. He's doing it based off pride.
Maybe this is not the best way to define level-headedness, but betting on himself, what he's out here doing?
Two different things. Betting on yourself.
I know, and that's why I said it. It probably doesn't go with level-headedness. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
No, I'm just saying betting on yourself and being prideful is two different things. I agree with him not waiting for Anthony and making his own lane, which he's created. There's a buzz. There's a buzz on him now. But I don't agree that when you're asked in an interview, you say, I got my own plan. No, you already took care of your mandatory.
But he's saying that. But he got good guys working for him in Shelly Finkel and Al Hammond. And what is Shelly Finkel doing? What I said 2 weeks ago.
Yes, but
if him and John are still talking and Shelly brings him a deal, Wilder's not gonna say no. Shelly, you fuck that. You know what you're talking about. He's gonna trust what Shelly says.
I agree, Mike. But as a champion, you have a fandom. You have a fandom that you have to keep calm.
You gotta rile their ass up.
You gotta keep
rile
calm.
them up though.
Listen,
you got a fandom and you rile them up. You get them motherfuckers. You get the motherfuckers talking.
How do you rile them up? Do you rile them up by saying that you don't want the fight?
I got my own. Yes.
No.
Bro, look at what we're doing now. We're talking about when Shelly is working. He's riling the fans up for a possibility to come out the blue.
He's riling the fans up negatively. He's Daenerys on the fucking dragon right now, burning the city. The city's down here like, well, do we want the fight? He's like, the goddess, burning everybody. No. I want the champion that says, you want the fight? I'm going to give y'all that fight. I want that champion. No more ducking. No more. Where Javi at so I can play? That's what I want.
Alabama.
This is what I want.
Joshua, come and see me, baby. No more hiding. No more ducking. No more dodging. No more excuses.
That's who I want. I don't want Ness, look, man, right now, those dudes, man, they was trying to play me, and I'm doing my own thing, and we got plans, and, there's an article on Boxing Scene dropped while we've been doing this show, Mike. You want to hear what the fuck that title say?
What it say?
Something, I'm paraphrasing, you can pull it up and get it right? So he say something, Wilder says something like, why can't I fight Luis Ortiz 3 times? Yo, stop playing with me, bruh. Because I don't see Luis knocking you out or beating you ever. So one more other than this rematch, that's too much. Now you on that Pacquiao Marquez shit when you giving dudes fights that we didn't even ask for. Because a rematch is good. Luis did great in the 7th round. People had the controversy with the ref. Fuck it. He deserves it. Let's go. He was the first one to step up. Let's go, champ. But a third one, if you beat Luis again, why do I need to watch it 3 times? I didn't even read it, though. I turned into the people that I complain about that just read the title. So for all I know, he could say, I'll fight Luis 3 times if he beats me once, some shit like that. But that ain't what your fans want to read. They want to read that you want to fight AJ 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, just as long as we're on the same page.
Yeah, I ain't trying to see Ortiz 3 times,
all
dog.
right.
Not that nigga out again, man. Put him to the pasture.
Oh, good, man. Damn,
I ain't never
been here with Mike,
Do you know what a
pasture
pasture
is? Like a green open field? Like
Yeah. Okay, it's some country boy shit. I didn't know if you knew about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was raised Christian.
Ever seen one?
I was raised Christian. Have I seen? I mean, I guess.
With a fence and everything. Like when I was growing up, like we had a pasture. We had pigs and all kinds of shit. But as I got older, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have pigs anymore. I guess they came too expensive or whatever. Nigga, I seen a pig get his goddamn guts cut out, nigga. Cut that motherfucker belly, nigga, guts fall straight to the ground. I was like, damn, y'all some cold-blooded niggas over here.
Did you eat them guts?
I was like 4 or 5 years old, bro. I definitely eat the guts, but I definitely ate the pig, though.
Y'all don't fry the guts?
Hell no. I don't think you fry pig guts, my nigga.
What?
I ain't never heard nobody fry no pig gut.
Oh, pig guts. I don't know the translation, but I think you do. Hispanic.
Somebody like chitlins?
I don't know. I in Spanish, I think, I'm not sure. I could be wrong with my translation, and it's not pig guts. But I want to say tripitas is pig guts.
Probably chitlins you're talking about. You probably like talking about intestines. I think that's what chitlins are.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Looks like we got
on the line, man.
Big Brother Numsy. What up, champ?
What's going on, homie?
Hey, what's going on, Boxing Voice, the boxing show in the world. Hey, shout out to Deontay Wilder for handling his business. Yo, that shit looked like a car crash. But he just put himself 2 years back on that Joshua fight. Joshua ain't taking that fight. Them high-level politics at heavyweight is just too much. You know that fight ain't happening no time soon now. They're going to make every excuse not to make that fight happen. I did love the Gary Russell Jr. I like that triangle with him, Leo Santa Cruz, and Tank Davis. Tank Davis don't control himself, so him putting that tweet out talking about I'm ready for you whenever, or whatever he said, that joint is false. But I'd love to see Gary Russell Jr. be active. If he can fight more than once in a year, I think that should be great for boxing. And I think that alone, that's more likely to happen quicker than that Joshua Wilder fight, those three fights. So that's my call. Love you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, homie. Thanks for calling in, big dog.
Big Noomsy, man. Thanks for calling in. We got 9-1. Oh, shit. Did he just drop off?
Maybe so.
That's fucked up. And he was a first-time call. He just made me. I'm over here making rolls on a spreadsheet for this whole new number. It was a 913. Never even heard of that. Where's that?
You never fight them tools?
Nah, man. I don't know. I'm making it up my own way over here.
Right.
But yeah, he's gone, man. So we're going to go to Boomeranga, who just jumped on.
Joseph Rodriguez Garcia.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, yo, Skepta, on to them, boy. Oh, yeah, talk the boy, go suck out your mama bumbo. And give your father a body wash too. We want more?
Yo, what's the business, homie?
Yo, what's up, guys? Guys, very impressed with the win on the weekend.
Shit. Deej, unmute yourself. I'm sorry. I muted you by mistake. Who's Dallas Cowboys again?
That's Rod, and he said no.
Yo, I'm good?
Yes. Sorry about that.
All right, okay, yeah. So very impressed with the win by Wilder on the weekend. But couple of things that I didn't like. And first thing is, what was with the bantamweights twerking in the ring entrance? What's all that about? No. It needs to cut that crap out, your ring entrances. That's disgusting. I don't know
what you talking about, bro?
But, he said twerking. That wasn't twerking. That wasn't twerking, man. That was like that.
That was some twerking.
That was like that. Okay. What is that? I don't want to call it.
What are you guys talking about?
I don't want to call it that college dancing stuff.
Holmes, you gonna go to the ring like that?
Bro, he had dancers.
There you go.
He had dancers, but they
what
not. It's like those dancers, man. That they seem to like break their bones and shit. You don't remember the Wilder walkout? Oh, contortion.
Nah, man. Okay, nah. I ain't going to no ring with two geezers twerking in front of man.
Hey, man, it did his job. It did his job. You talking about it?
If you was watching two dudes twerking, and that's the biggest thing came from the weekend, bro. Maybe you should think about,
what I'm saying,
what you like.
We're talking about his legacy. and if Wilder's a legend or not. These are the things which are going to cement him. But one thing which I was disappointed with was the fans.
So a rain walk is going to cement his legacy.
No, I'm just saying those knockouts.
Cut it. Man, get this man out of here, bro. He better use a fucking boomerang status or something.
And I gave him hella time. It's on drive by. Who?
Crazy.
You said
drive by.
Dallas Cowboys is Rod.
All right, 870.
Rod, what up? Rod.
What up, man?
Whoa.
Hey,
whoa, champ.
God damn,
what
champ.
The fuck?
What you on? Blue.
You coming in like you extra loud. I had to lower you all the way down.
He on that neon Bluetooth.
Let me see. Talk again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That better?
That's better.
Okay. Now tell D's that that type of dancing is it's almost like college stepping. It's a symbolism of our culture, of a piece of African culture that we capture from the past, and we use it in college dancing and things like that. So it's not some type of twerking. It's an African American culture. And just tell them to understand that. But one real quick thing, Ness, you were talking about the contracts. I think you can't count the contract that Anthony Joshua sent. Only the one that was 60-40 was legit. The first two was bullshit. Now, I get what you're saying. Wilder accepted the $15 million, but he only did that out of spite. It was almost like, yeah, you guys are fucking me over. I'm going to take these chips and whoop your ass, and I'm going to make my money.
But that's why those offers are valid, because you never know what a person's going to take. You never know. You never know, bro. Like, I was having that conversation, man. Not everybody has seen money, bro. So your value of $1 and my value of $1 could be totally different.
Yeah, that's right. All right, man. That's all I had to say, man. I just wanted to point that out about the contracts.
No problem, Rod. Thanks for calling in. Looks like we got to everybody on Skype. And we got Dominic in Seattle. What up?
Yo. What's good?
What up?
This is Mr. Showtime, Mr. PBC. PBC makes all their fighters sell themselves. Eddie Hearn got to do it for them over there at Dazn. This is Mr. PBC. And if Deontay Wilder goes to Anthony Joshua's fight, it's a wrap. Anthony Joshua has to let him come in the ring. He has to accept the fight. And if he doesn't, the UK's Queen's little puppy is a duck. That's my call.
All right. Yo, I do want to apologize to Annan in the UK who upgraded to boomerang status. So, shout out to you, and let's bring you back. Talk to us, Annan.
Yeah, so, all right. Deontay Wilder's knockout was really good over the weekend, as we all know. So what does Joshua need to do to show that he's that level?
Start over, Annan. I don't know why you're going in and out. Could be the Queen's internet. Maybe you're not talking directly into the receiver of the phone, or you got a headset. But we can't.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you.
Yeah, I think the Queen's fixed it now. But yeah, so if Joshua knocks out Ruiz in the first round as well, does that mean Joshua is just as dangerous as Wilder?
I mean, it all depends on how he looks, right? If he can make it look like that, yeah, we're gonna clamor for it. It will be no different than Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton, and then Pacquiao Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's what we need to continue to build this fight. Joshua has to now go out there and show that he's equally as dangerous. But if he goes 12 rounds, you know that the Wilder fans, if you go 12 rounds with what's this guy's name? Jesus, so much background noise coming from over there. I'm sorry.
Andy Ruiz.
If you go 12 rounds with Andy Ruiz, how are your fans, let alone the Wilder fans, gonna perceive you as dangerous enough to beat Deontay Wilder? That's what this is all about. Building the perception of each man, building that quote unquote A-side status. They're just selling this fight. This is all selling the fight, in my opinion. But we got to everybody. We got to our boomerangers, Mike. Great show. Great show, man. Let's just hope that we get it. I believe that I'm gonna stick to, the premise of the show, which is this is not Ruiz Bowe. Oh shit, Deej, I got you. Talk
What
to
up,
me.
Deej? Bring it back.
Talk to me.
Yo, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in the fans though, because after the Chisora Dillian White fight,
Man, whoa, who's that? Sheesh.
I don't know. Someone's got some bad background.
Let's see if we can't fix that. I can't even find that active call.
That shit was loud, nigga.
There we go. Gotcha.
Get him out of here.
Dallas
boss.
Cowboys unmuted.
Goddamn it,
Annan
I ain't said more.
unmuted. All right, here we go. It was Annan and Dallas Cowboys. Talk to me, Ditch.
All right, okay. So after the White Chisora fight, it was very clear that after the British fans knew they weren't going to get the fight that they wanted, they started booing. What's it called? Joshua, innit? And
yes.
I felt like Wilder didn't get that energy. He asked people to be patient, and he didn't get that energy. In fact, Luis Ortiz didn't get that energy. And I was like thinking, where was that energy? Obviously, everybody wants this fight more than anything. And I think us as fans, we've got to show the fighters that we want that fight too. And it's not like the American fan base don't like to show fighters how they feel. Remember the end of Pacquiao Broner, when Broner was out there talking about he won the fight. The American fan base let him know straight away. No, we ain't having that bullshit. So, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in the fans, rightly or wrongly, that when they saw Ortiz, they didn't boom the head.
Cut it. And I gave you hella time. But listen.
Yeah, I know I beat that boy.
Listen, the issue is this. It's like that caller said yesterday. I hate to say that caller. I should remember his name because I know he calls in a lot. But, that was Ruiz. Ruiz said how many black people were there to support Wilder, and he says that when you go to an AJ fight, for every 10 white men, you see one black man. So the support is just there for Wilder. Yeah, Brandon likes to tease that it's 13,000, but guess what? 13,000 loyal people, because if they were not loyal, when Luis Ortiz stepped into that ring, they would have booed, like when Dillian White and AJ stepped in the ring, and y'all booed. Yep. That's what you got to understand. See, Mike may not want Luis Ortiz, but Wilder's plan is working. His casual fans don't mind Luis Ortiz. And then his casual fans are not going to mind the Polish heavyweight because he's going to bring his strong fan base to the crowd. So we're going to see, man. I mean, look, I know you guys want me to be madder than I should be, or than I am, rather. But it's like when you think about it, it's like, yo, this is chess, and Barry Hearns and Anthony Joshua, they were playing chess. I was busy making shows saying AJ was ducking, and all AJ was doing was strategically getting better, fighting the fights that he needs, allowing Wilder the time so that the risk is worth the reward. That's just what it was. They gave Wilder the opportunity to build his name, and now this is truly a super fight. Back then, we wanted it so badly because we knew that these were the two top heavyweights with the biggest power. Even though you consider Fury a top heavyweight, he doesn't have the power to put off the excitement of the fight that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are going to produce. And that's exactly why, we want this one so bad. But Barry knew it. AJ knew it, and obviously Eddie knew it, 2020, and that's what it's looking like. Unless they somehow surprise us, it's May. We got 7 months left in this year. Man, Mike, I guess your final thought is what's the probability of them being able to put together a super fight in these last 7 months?
Yeah, I don't know about them doing it. I think next year probably be more likely, but who knows? No news is good news. So, only thing we know that Shelly Finkel and John Skipper will be meeting. We know nothing outside of that. We don't know if any new offers been made or any progression been made. So, I really can't put a percentage on it. If I had to guess, I'll say 60-40 that it doesn't. Give it a little 40% chance of happening, but It's not that I don't want the Ortiz fight. It's I just want Wilder to like take some pieces off the board, so it makes it hard for AJ to build his name up in the states. You know what I'm saying? You take out Dylan White, take out Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And you are the long A side to me, in my opinion. Go ahead, Nestor.
But Mike, I know you like to bring up Dillian White, but if you're Wilder and you're trying to build your profile to make sure you're the A side, you don't fight Dillian White because he's not known in America.
Dude just talks too much fucking
I
shit.
I get you, but they got a plan.
Am put that shit in the fucking chat this morning, and I was just watching it. And Dylan White is one of M's like favorite fighters. This guy is fucking disrespectful.
But that's why he's gonna
that motherfucker's mouth, bro.
Bruh, that's why he's gonna be forced to wait. The same way Bermain had to wait. The same way Dominic had to wait. Because you can't disrespect the champ.
That's
you
true.
can't disrespect the champ and think that he's gonna jump the line for you. You ain't gonna get to jump. You want to jump the line, fight Luis Ortiz. That's what the champ said. And matter of fact, we're gonna address him as king. And when the king demands you do something, that's what you do. When you don't want to do it, off with your fucking head.
Off with your head.
Simple. It's simple.
Come
on, man. We all watch Game of Thrones.
Down with your city. You know what I'm saying?
We all watch Game of Thrones, bro. We
up.
all watch Game of Thrones, bro. You want to be fucking Lord of that house? Go slay Luis Ortiz in the name of the king. That being said, my name is Ness GTO. Instagram and Twitter, I'm out.
Gross1911 on Twitter. IG and Gross2312 on Twitter. Peace out.